On this President's Day, the Wisconsin Historical Society is giving us a closer look at a piece of clothing once worn by Abraham Lincoln.
As Armand Rahman uncovered, the shawl connects Lincoln, Black history, and the state of Wisconsin together.
When you think of states with ties to President Abraham Lincoln, you may think of Kentucky or Illinois immediately, but a very unique piece of his clothing lives right here in the Dairy State at the Wisconsin Historical Society. Believe it or not,
he liked shawls. He had more than one.
Newspapers from as far back as 1867 reported Lincoln wearing this shawl on chilly trips. But Historical Society curator Tamara Funk says if you don't ever remember seeing him wear one, don't feel bad.
People tended not to be photographed in their shawls because it was a more casual thing. It was also a little bit out of style by the time Lincoln was doing it.
But the hands it passed through on its way to the Historical Society were just as important. Mary Todd Lincoln gifted the shawl to Dr. Anderson Abbott, the first black doctor in Canada who volunteered as a United States Army surgeon during the Civil War, where he and Lincoln became friends.
And the grandson was living in Wisconsin at the time of the centennial of the Civil War, and loaned the piece to us for a few years and eventually converted it to a gift.
Dr. Abbott recalled being in Washington the night Lincoln was assassinated.
He says at 7:20 in the morning he hears the bell tolling and knows that that means that Lincoln has in fact died.
The doctor became an advocate for integrated schools and in Chicago was in charge of a training hospital for black nurses. It's this history and more that's woven into the fabric of the unique shawl.
I think about the pain that Mrs. Lincoln experienced. I think about all the work that Lincoln did that we still need to keep working on today.
Funk says one of Lincoln's best-known shawls actually resides at the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C. Moving forward in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
And Dr. Abbott and Lincoln kept in touch by mail, but the curator says it's the writings are not clear on how close they became before the president was assassinated.